Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Daniel Pineda.
And I'm Lily Whitesell Carvalho.
And here we are with our post-Valentine's Day show, 2011. Boy, this year is flying right by. Before you know it, it'll be President's Day weekend coming up here. We have news and community bulletin board. Lily is here with It's Easy Being Green.
It's easy
segment. And she promised a sample of kudzu.
In the future,
in
not
one
tonight.
Of our next shows. Rich is here with his reviews, news for seniors, and Pia is here with an interview, and that's our show. But before we begin...
Yes, in case you missed the Arlington Weekly News on cable, we're also online. Just go to arlingtonmedia.org/arlington-weekly-news.
All right, and this is highly unusual, but we have a shout out here before we begin any of our news items, our news stories. A shout out to Heike, who is Pia's nephew, 7 years old, first grader in Port Washington, Long Island, New York. And this is his Flat Stanley. So a shout out to Heike and his Flat Stanley. Looks pretty good, and Stanley's still flat. And we'll get a copy of this up to Heike so he can check it out. Happy Flat Stanley Day, Heike in Long Island, New York. Okay, Port Washington Elementary. How's that? Okay, here we go. Now, moving right along, let's talk about potholes. Now that we're nearing the end of winter, we need to be thinking about dealing with all of these potholes as soon as the cold winter weather breaks. The county's Department of Environmental Services is asking for your help locating potholes right here in Arlington streets. You can submit a report online to let the county know where the worst potholes are. Go to arlingtonva.us, and then you'll see a link there to go to the place to report the pothole locations. So check it out. Pothole Patrol. Daniel.
Yes, and the county board has adopted guidance on how our local streets should be designed, built, and operated over the next 20 years. This is considered the last step in an overhaul of the county's master transportation plan. Among the items identified in the plan are building new street and alleys connections, developing an Arlington Street design manual and a citizen's guide, reducing speed limits in downtown and work zone areas, repaving streets more frequently, and using innovative storm water management measures. You can read the street element plan on the county website. That's at arlingtonva.us.
All right, thank you, Daniel. And elsewhere in our news items, Arlington Public Schools are reviewing grades K through 12 mathematics, and they're looking at textbooks in particular prior to making the recommendations for the approval to the school board in a few months. If you are interested in reviewing these mathematics textbooks, you can see them in the professional library on the lower level of the Evelyn Syphax building that's located at 1439 North Quincy Street from Monday through Friday between 8 and 4 p.m. They'll also be available February 22nd through April 1st. If you have any questions, call Arlington Public Schools Mathematics Office at 703-228-6135. Daniel.
And this is a great story. Arlington Public Schools reported that 25 Washington Lee High School students have been inducted as their school's first members of the International Tri-M Music Honor Society, which has chapters on 4 continents. The students were selected based on their musical ability, of course, but also for their accomplishments in academics, school involvement, and community service. The list of the 25 Washington Lee students is posted on the APS website, apsva.us. Look under announcements. And of course, Craig, congratulations goes to all of them.
Absolutely. Congratulations to all those WNL students. The Arlington Community Foundation wants you to know that February 25th is the deadline for applying for one of their scholarships. They're making it easy to sign up. Just go online. Application makes you eligible for consideration for all of their awards. Some of them are merit-based. Others also require that you demonstrate financial need. If you're going to, after one of the financial need-based scholarships, they also require the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, and the student aid report. The scholarships are worth between $500 and $20,000. Some are renewable for 4 years. For more information, 703-243-4785 or email fnor@arlcf.org. Daniel.
In view of the Washington's birthday or President's Day federal holiday coming up, Arlington County is planning on closing some facilities in observance of the occasion. All the schools, courts, and the sheriff's office will be closed, along with the DMV Select and Human Service offices, libraries, parks, and community centers. That is, except for the Barcroft Fitness Center. Public transportation will be on special schedules. The list is pretty long, so we suggest you go to the county's website. That's at arlingtonva.us for the details.
All right, and we'll be back with our CBB Community Bulletin Board items after we hear from Lily and her It's Easy Being Green
Thank you, guys.
Lily.